Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. Now we're seeing the results of the day after SummerSlam. That Raw compared to this one, if that makes any sense. We're just comparing Raws from last week to this week. It sounded stupid. Look, you saw my review last week and I felt like I wasn't sure how things went because it was a great show. But I also felt like it was oversaturated so badly that it kind of brought the show down because they tried to fit 10 pounds into a 2-pound bag. It was like they really tried to overcompensate for not doing well beforehand. And I just didn't feel like it was right. But I wasn't sure if that was wrong either. I just felt in between. Seeing this Raw was a lot more subdued. It doesn't mean it was better. It doesn't mean it was worse either. It was subdued. And the opening of the show made me incredibly happy because we had Sting come out. Look, I'm going to be honest here. Last week I didn't get a chance to see what happened in Raw because I wasn't able to get it. Now I just see a video afterward on one of the websites that are out there. And I had seen a little bit of some people's videos, but I didn't want to get spoiled about what happened. But I did see that Sting might have opened the show. Now let me be honest, I didn't think they'd go there with Sting. You would think, well, of course they're going to do Sting. No, I didn't think they would go there. I didn't think they would let him have time like that. I mean, they're not trying to 100% restrict Sting, but let's be honest here. Vince has never been happy with WCW guys, particularly this guy, because he would have taken him in years ago and made him do the way he wanted, and Sting said, hell no, I'm going to do it the way I want to. And even though now he's still, it is kind of like, well, I'm going to do the way Vince wants, even though I have a little more control than I thought I would have years ago. I didn't think he'd go there. But Vince let him open the show, and I was ecstatically happy to see it. It was a total departure from the Authority, from Seth, from Cena, from Kane, from anybody. And it felt good to hear Sting. Sting didn't botch his lines. Maybe he felt a little bit delayed because I don't think he was sloppy about it. I think he really wanted to make sure he made a great impression. And if you guys don't understand about how a person does a real promo, sometimes they take a little bit of a delay. They purposely do it so people will hang on their words. And he wanted to make sure people hung on his words and that they understood exactly what he wanted, and he did that. And I felt really happy about that. It was such a good promo, a good beginning segment. It actually got me a bit hyped for the show. And that led into the thing that kind of brought me down completely. A repeat of SummerSlam, Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Why did they do this? I really was hyped a bit for this show. I really wanted to see something different. And we got something we didn't want to see, even though the crowd cheered for Dolph and they booed Rusev. The problem here is this is all about Lana. Let's be honest here. The match was DQ'd. But what do we get for the rest of the night? We got someone going to Dolph's room while he was getting cleaned up and changed. Runs out of his room. Dolph showing a little bit of his, near his pubic area. And then trying to explain to Lana later, I didn't do anything with her, but she did see my junk and the rest of me. Lana getting upset. Then we get Summer Rae saying, well, he called me in, he did this, he did that. She didn't even have any loyalty to Rusev. She said it later, but she's saying, I'm never going to forget that body. She looked like she wanted to lick her freaking lips. This is about freaking Lana. Where is Dolph getting over with this? Where is Rusev getting over with this? It would have been better if Lana and Summer Rae had the match. It would have been better if they had just gone with Lana and Summer Rae and just let Rusev and Dolph be at the ringside. Or do a freaking mixed tag. If they do a Night of Champions mixed tag with this, it'll be dumb. They need to do Lana and Summer Rae at Night of Champions. If they don't do it in the next 3 weeks, this was absolutely ludicrously stupid. And here's another thing that was good to see, but doesn't lead us anywhere. The Meet the Clock challenge with the Divas. Now you could say, dude, are you seriously telling me you're not happy to see the Divas is getting a freaking Meet the Clock challenge? When was the last time the Divas got a Meet the Clock challenge? Back in 2009, 2008? Hell, they haven't done it in years. I understand. But here's the problem. They pretty much made it very clear the only thing they care about is beating AJ Lee's record. The Bellatron, seeing how many days counting down to actually the end of AJ Lee's reign. They are literally rubbing in every fan who loved AJ Lee. Well, we're about to beat your bitch's record. Enjoy it. And that is highly insulting. You may not like how AJ Lee was all the time, but come on now. This was over the board bullshit. And then here's the thing. Paige got her shot. Charlotte got her shot. Becky got their shot. Then Sasha got a chance to wrestle, but not to actually go up against Nikki Bella. It had to be about Paige. It had to be about Charlotte. It had to go about Becky. What happened to Sasha Banks? The crowd, even though weren't very enthusiastic, but they wanted to see Sasha win. What happened to freaking Bad? Bad hasn't just been thrown by the wayside. They have been laughed at by the WWE saying, well, you know what? Since last week, Sasha was cheered for. Let's make it so Sasha will be treated even worse. Because she doesn't get the chance to go after Nikki Bella. As far as I understand with the Meet the Clock challenge, it was all about PCB. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll be understanding if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. But Sasha Banks didn't get a freaking chance with this. Sasha wasn't going to get a shot if she won it. It had to be about PCB. So what the fuck am I caring about here? Team Bad's not represented at all. They pulled her out to make sure she didn't really job to Paige, but what the fuck? I'm angry about this because Paige is going to get more out of this than Sasha Banks was. Because you know what? Paige can get mad at Charlotte when it comes down to Night of Champions and may turn on her. And they'll break up PCB and then it's going to be Charlotte versus Paige. Whether she wins or not. I could be wrong about this, but that's how it feels. I don't think they're going to let Nikki Bella job at Night of Champions or before it. I just don't see it happening. I just feel like they're going to have a feud between Paige and Charlotte because Paige didn't get a chance to go up against Nikki Bella. Unless I'm wrong, but you guys tell me below. Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. I said it before and I'll say it again. Neither one of these guys need to job to each other. They got great chemistry. I never said they didn't. They both can speak pretty well. They both have actually a good chemistry when it comes to the feud. But it's too freaking early. And now Cesaro has jobbed twice to Kevin Owens. What did Cesaro get? The crowd wants Cesaro. The crowd screaming for Cesaro. The crowd wants to see Cesaro get higher on the card. And he just jobbed now for a second time to Kevin Owens. No matter what happened on SmackDown, Kevin Owens is one on top. And then Kevin Owens is really not getting that much heat on top of that. I mean, he's getting over, but not like he should. Ugh. Guys, tell me if I'm wrong or not. Braun Strowman. If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm sorry. Going against Dean Ambrose. I'm not happy about this. I'm glad we get a new talent. But Bray Wyatt is not going anywhere. Dean Ambrose is not going anywhere. Roman Reigns is not going anywhere. Hell, the only person that's getting something out of this is Braun Strowman. Because no one is getting anywhere. Not even Luke Harper is getting anything out of this. What is Luke Harper getting here? Where is Luke Harper going? Nowhere. He's trapped exactly as he was before. But he's not an A-lister. Roman Reigns is an A-lister. Dean Ambrose is an A-lister. And Bray Wyatt is truly an A-lister. That is so unique. So special. And he's exactly where he was nearly 2 years ago. Trapped in a faction that's going to do absolutely nothing for several months if they continue this. Sooner or later, we may get a third member of the new Shield. Because there's no way they're going to let them keep this up for long. They're going to bring somebody back. Or somebody in. What a waste. Now, give me a moment to gather myself because that really upset me. Ryback versus a Big Show. Now, I was really confused about who Big Show would be angry at last week and who would be angry at Big Show last week. But they just dropped that bit and just went into this. Right back to square one with Big Show. Am I upset about it? No. But I'm not happy about it either. Big Show was screamed at, you should retire. Now that was interesting. Let's be honest here. Big Show has been around for nearly 20 years. He's worked pretty hard. Whether you like him or not, he has worked his butt off with a guy his size running around the way he has. Do I believe he really needs to retire? No, he can do something else. He doesn't always have to be in the ring. But let's be honest here. Big Show should be doing something entirely different. Or at least be focused on one character. Instead of jumping from face to heel. Face to heel. Like a clock. Tick tock, tick tock. What the fuck? He should stay stable for at least a year or two with the same character. Or at least expand into something entirely different. But the person who made this interesting was The Miz. And his time on commentary. Miz actually is a very good talker, to me personally. I truly believe that. His work in the ring is good, but I feel like he's a great talker. I would never mind it if he just did Miz TV constantly and not go in the ring often. Because he can easily do a Roddy Piper type of personality. He can easily do it. If they just went away from the stupid costume he's wearing, I would be happy. But Miz messes with Big Show and then Big Show loses. And like I said, this wasn't going to end. I just don't see anything very good right now with Ryback working with Miz and Big Show. If it was Ryback and Miz, it could be okay. If it was Ryback and Big Show, it would be alright. All three of them? No. And that's sad. New Day versus the Dudleys. You guys know how I feel about New Day. I want them as real heels. But I'm not saying they're not still funny. They're funny as hell. And the opening segment for them before the match was good. I enjoyed it. Minutely, the last table on earth. What, you think like the last man on earth? Come on, Xavier Woods. It was clever. But dude, come on. Let's be honest here. Seeing the Dudleys in the ring was great. I did enjoy seeing the Dudleys wrestle, and their segment before there was effective when they interviewed with Renee Young. And they won. That now gives them a reason to be in the title scene, dealing with the primetime players eventually, dealing with New Day. Fine with it. And they got the crowd behind them saying New Day sucks. Split the crowd in half when they've been doing New Day rocks now. So that shows they still have a great staying power. And I am going to be very happy to see this match between them and New Day. That's if they don't throw the primetime players in there as well. Which I wish they would not. Let New Day and the Dudleys directly deal with each other. Maybe sporadically seeing primetime players. But let the primetime players not face them. And New Day and the Dudleys like a freaking triple threat. It's stupid. It's beyond freaking stupid. But that's why I feel like it's going to happen. I'm going to go from there. Okay, let's get to the ending of the show. And from what you can feel, Seth got 2 for the price of 1. I said this before the SummerSlam review, that if he jobbed to John Cena, he would be his bitch. He would just get really screwed over. But I also said if he didn't job, if there was some type of screwy ending, Seth Rollins would be bitched out even worse than he would if he had just lost to John Cena at SummerSlam. And now you can see it right here. John Cena comes out while Seth is having his little segment with Stephanie. And I'll say this about Steph. She's still a good looking woman. She's actually a little bit younger than my ex-wife. Yeah, I got an ex-wife. I may not look it, but I've lived a long time. And I think about what a wife would care about with her husband. And my feeling is this. She's setting up for Triple H facing Seth Rollins eventually, whether he has a title or not. Because as a wife, she's not going to want to hear someone bullshit and talk bad about her husband. My ex, to a point, she did that. I'm not against her. She just said what she felt. But look, I see it in this respect. Seth Rollins is going to be jobbed out badly at Night of Champions, whether he only loses one of the titles or both. I don't see him winning both. To be honest, I don't see him beating John Cena. I definitely don't see him beating Sting. There is no way they're going to do that. So I'm thinking, what is going to happen after Night of Champions? Of course, I'm going to elaborate this for the next 3 weeks. But my feeling is this, and I believe I'm right. Seth Rollins will be facing Triple H eventually. And this is the catalyst for that. For him messing with Triple H, talking bullshit about him. This is to get him ready for him, maybe by Survivor Series, maybe by Hell in a Cell or TLC. I don't believe it's going to be next year around, what? Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber or even up to WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to happen. It may come earlier than that. But that's what I feel like they're doing here. They're trying to build up Seth Rollins and make a reason for him to have a conflict with Triple H. I really do believe that. But in the meantime of doing that, Seth is going to get badly jobbed out. As much as people are going to say, hey, this is great. We're getting 2 matches with Seth Rollins. We're going to get the best shit we'll ever see. Really? If you care that much about Seth, think about what happened with SummerSlam. Because he should have won clean against John. You should have, but he didn't. And he's not going to win against Sting. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to win against Sting. And I definitely don't believe he's going to win against John. He's going to get badly jobbed out. And that's going to lead him down the road to reaching a Triple H. How did I feel about this show? It was good. It was. But I just didn't see enough of a storyline for anything that would make me happy. To be honest, I feel sorry for Dolph Ziggler right now because Lana's the one who's taking all the pops and everyone keeps cheering for him, but in the end, he's going nowhere. And I feel sorry for him. Tell me how you feel about Dolph, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane view. Please give me a comment below. I'm not doing any debates for this week as well. I'm still having some stuff to do, and I have not been myself. But I will be doing my TNA review, and if I don't feel too bad, I'll try to do one on the weekend, a debate of the week, but I can't guarantee anything. You guys have a good day and have a good night. Peace!